Welcome to Let's Get Strategic. Today's topic will be the digital workplace strategy. Digital workplace strategy. So why a digital workplace, and what are the drivers behind having a digital workplace? Well, remote working has increased tenfold almost overnight. That's stretched existing resources. And in some cases, only band-aid costly solutions have been put in place that will not work with the new business as unusual. According to Gartner research, over 80% of business leaders plan to have a hybrid workforce in the future, and almost half will allow employees to work from home permanently. Now, according to Robert Walters' research in Melbourne, over 90% of employers are satisfied that interviews and onboarding can be completed online. And when I went to the Brisbane City yesterday, under 10% of utilisation of office space was made in buildings, and a lot of employees are still working from home, and this is now the beginnings of September. Here are some of the challenges by the 4 capability areas. With people, how do I work digitally? How can I share and learn with my colleagues? Who can I turn to? Can't I just work from home permanently? With process, why is it so complicated? Can't there be just one method I can use? Why physical signatures now? Can't I use digital signatures? What is a record? Is what I have in my OneDrive a record? I've already entered this data, why do I need to keep entering it? Under information, can I use my own device? Can you show me the data that says my internet is the problem, not the company's network? I've been asked to get headphones and other equipment. I've got the receipts now, how do I get that processed? And what are the rules now coming back to the office? Under technology, which is very important, what use is my desktop device sitting at work? I thought we're in the cloud. Why are we still buying on-premise infrastructure to enable remote working? And why can't our systems just integrate? And whose problem is it? Here is the approach I use, and the transformation really starts with the strategy. So it's very useful in a pandemic to be on the ground running, implementing quick wins as the workforce requires remote working straight away. If a strategy is in place, those quick wins can be done in a consistent way to ensure that the long-term goals are achieved. For instance, minimize the use of on-premise resources and move to the cloud where you can scale up and down when needed. Costly decisions on on-premise infrastructure can cost you in the long term. The capability uplift includes technology platform and roadmaps required, but also includes uplifting people's skill, simplifying those processes. Transformation is done over the 3 horizons. Here is an example digital workplace strategy that I've put together. So the alignment to the organisation strategy is important, as any technology innovation needs to align to those strategic priorities. By capturing the important sections in those strategies that deal with the digital workplace, you can relate it better to the senior executive. For instance, I have an example here of a statement from a people strategy to create and maintain a collaborative working environment. When you are discussing the digital workplace strategy, it is important to keep that in mind. For instance, enabling staff to chat virtually with colleagues, daily catch-ups, being able to instantly communicate rather than wait for an email, and being able to co-author documents. What are the design implications? A digital workplace refers to the integrated technology framework that supports digital work, how applications are delivered, how files are shared, and how the environment is managed. but it also impacts on the physical office environment. Offices are closing floors down as there's a majority of employees performing remote work at least part of the time, and there's savings to be made in office space. But the desks that are left are often shared and require the ability for people to plug and play, and there will be need for more breakout rooms so that virtual meetings don't disrupt the rest of the office. But also around the behaviour, there needs to be an uplift in digital literacy with policies and procedures to support the new remote work. Let's move now to the capability uplift required. In the people area, there needs to be training in digital working. There needs to be collaboration schedules that people can utilise and be present at. And there needs to establish champions in each of the areas across the digital workplace. With the process, we need to digitise everything. We need to remove the paper-based processes. We need to be able to automate through robotic process automation, and we need to simplify everything as possible. Information, we need to have that BYOD information out there around the policies and procedures. We need to have digital working, online help out there to assist people and enable them to do self-service. We need to have insights available on the performance of our IT. We need to, in the technology area, have enterprise a digital platform behind it, including integrations and the collaboration and innovation environment. We need to move to tablets and mobile devices and just not buy desktop PCs anymore. And we need to shift from on-premise to cloud to enable that scaling when a tragedy occurs. Here I've provided a capability roadmap to show what the uplifts are needed. So I've picked one pain point across each of the capability areas, and it's across horizons that can be over any period, but quite often is over financial years. For instance, I have digital signatures as an easy fix, and most organisations have that in place. When that is further automated through robotic process automation, greater efficiencies are achieved. And citizen integration is where it is possible for anyone to automate processes. Technology roadmap is an important part of the capability uplift. And I've got some example technologies that you may have in your environment on this screen. By showing them under a classification can enable you to link it to your CMDB or your enterprise architecture repository so that it can be updated in your application technology portfolio. This will enable savings to be realised and opportunities taken, as well as maximising what you pay for in licensing agreements. This is the bottom half of the strategy and demonstrates the outcomes and benefits that are required from the initiatives. I've only chosen a few examples here for the illustration. The alignment of developing a community of excellence or practice for the digital workplace is important as it goes back to the people strategy from above. It is important to have a strategy to eliminate band-aid solutions. The digital workplace investment is required now, as it is the new business as unusual. You need to focus on business outcomes. How can the digital workplace achieve the strategic priorities of the organisation? Focus on quick wins, but they ensure that they meet those priorities. Quantify savings in cost and time to fund new investment in digital workplace. Technology is super important, but that's only part of the picture. You must consider that the physical and behavioural changes as well as the virtual, and focus on simplicity to bring everyone on board and ensure that they're involved in workshops. For more information on the digital workplace strategy, please go to our website strategicarchitects.com.au, and information on a new course, go to coachingenterprisearchitects.com.au. Thank you.
Thanks for your time today. Please let me know if you would like any more information.